Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be coloring Gudetama and Pompompurin together, and then Baku gets his own separate page, which honestly just feels right somehow. And I'm going to do something just a little bit different while I'm coloring. I'm going to talk about who I think they'd actually hang out with in the amazing digital circus and Hazbin Hotel. So with that being said, let's jump right into this multi-fun verse. So right away, I feel like Gudetama and Pompompurin already have the dynamic of espresso depresso friend and golden retriever friend. Like, Gudetama contributes absolutely nothing to the friendship except existing, and Pompompurin is just happy to be included without realizing he's the one who planned the entire outing. In the Amazing Digital Circus, I feel like Pompompurin would immediately attach himself to Ragatha. Like, she's just trying to keep everyone calm, and Pompompurin is just there making the environment 30% less stressful just by existing. And Gudetama would definitely somehow end up hanging out with Pomni, not because they planned it, but because Pomni would be spiraling, and Gudetama would just be laying there like, yeah, moving sounds exhausting. I also feel like Pompompurin would keep trying to include Gudetama in the group activities, and Gudetama would participate in exactly one before becoming floor decor. Then in Hazbin Hotel, Pompompurin would definitely hang out with Charlie. That would be almost uncomfortably wholesome. Like, Charlie would genuinely believe Gudetama just needs encouragement, and Gudetama would just be sitting there looking like he's already emotionally checked out. But I definitely think Husk would understand him immediately. No words exchanged, just mutual exhaustion. And honestly, I think that might be Gudetama's healthiest friendship. Alright, now moving on to Baku. Baku getting his own page honestly feels right, because Gudetama and Pompompurin feel like a duo, but Baku feels like an exhausted side character quietly surviving someone else's chaos. I feel like people who don't know Baku probably assume he's trouble, but then you actually learn about him and realize he's basically just unbelievably patient. Like, patience is literally his superpower. So Baku is just basically my husband. I mean, this man spends his entire life dealing with Kuromi's nonsense. He really has the energy of somebody who sighs quietly, cleans up the mess, and continues on with his day. In the Amazing Digital Circus, I originally thought Baku would hang out with Ragatha, but let's be honest here. He would absolutely end up hanging around Jax. Not because it's healthy, but because Baku clearly has a habit of emotionally attaching himself to chaotic gremlins. Like, Jax would start bothering him for fun, and Baku would just tolerate it with infinite patience, which honestly would probably make Jax follow him around even more. I can fully imagine Jax causing a natural disaster while Baku is quietly fixing something in the background. Like, this has happened 100 times before. And the worst part is, Baku would probably get used to it. In Hazbin Hotel though, I think he'd naturally end up hanging around Vaggie and Niffty. Sure, Charlie would immediately think he's sweet because he's helpful, hardworking, and weirdly emotionally durable. And we all know that Vaggie would definitely not trust him at first. But that would quickly change once she realizes he's one of the only people in the building actively making things easier. I honestly think Baku and Vaggie would become accidental best friends. Like, she's trying to organize the hotel, and Baku is already carrying boxes somewhere without anybody asking. And meanwhile, Niffty would absolutely love him because he actually helps clean instead of making bigger messes. Like, she'd be running around the hotel at full speed, and Baku would just calmly be helping her fix things. Like, this is completely normal behavior. Honestly, I can even picture Niffty getting way too excited while Baku just stands there like, yes, this is my life now. And somehow they'd weirdly work together. Meanwhile, Charlie is just excited that there's finally two responsible people in the same room. Honestly, Baku might adapt to both universes oddly well. He's already trained for chaos. And well, what do you think? Which page do you like the most? Who do you think Gudetama, Pompompurin, and Baku would hang out with in the amazing digital circus and Hazbin Hotel? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want more weird crossover analysis while I color, feel free to subscribe and hit all the buttons. Also, make sure to go on over and subscribe to my awesome husband's channel, Kosa's Partner. I will have his links down in the description below. And well, I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye!
Goodbye.